Hello guys, welcome to today's video. I know that today's setup is a bit different from the normal times when I sit down. That is because in today's video, I'm going to teach you something that is going to transform the way you come across information dramatically. One of the questions that I get asked the most is how am I able to read as much as I do, or how am I able to retain the information and learn as much as I do. So I decided, because I have an exciting news to share with you by the end of this video, I decided to have this approach to teach you how to read and how to generally interact with information. So if you are excited like I am, I would not talk much, so let's get into the video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about two things. I'm going to be giving you a method that helps you generally absorb information as fast as you possibly can, and also talk to you about how you generally interact with information. So I'll be starting with the learning success pyramid. Now, the whole idea of the learning success pyramid is to explain to you how your brain processes new information and even old information. So anytime you are learning any topic at all, anytime you are studying any subject or any topic, those topics or that information goes through the learning success pyramid. The first part of the learning success pyramid, at the base of the learning success pyramid, is what we call confidence, right? So confidence, what confidence means is that anytime you are coming across information for the first time, it goes to the part of your brain called the amygdala. And what the amygdala does is that it regulates your emotion. It is responsible for the fight or flight response of your brain. When you receive any information at all, whether it is psychological or a threat, physical or personal, it doesn't matter. The first part of your brain that receives that particular information is the very small, tiny piece of organ called the amygdala. I'm sure you have done this before. You have tried giving someone a feedback, or you have tried telling someone about something, and the first thing the person did was they became very defensive and they felt attacked. Yes, that is the amygdala talking. And this amygdala, it does not differentiate between a physical attack or a logical or a personal one. It does not differentiate between these two. It sees all threats and all information as the same. So, enable for you to effectively interact with information, it is very essential that you understand that the first part of your brain that receives information is your amygdala. If you use fear and you try to force your brain to accept any information, it will not stick. You would not remember it, or you will not be able to process that information like the way you are supposed to. That is why it is important that, first of all, you have to be confident that the subject or the topic you are going to learn is something that you can do. If you don't have that confidence that this particular topic I am going to learn, I have the ability to learn and understand it, anything you do, whether it is reading, whether it is listening or watching, it does not really benefit you, because the confidence you need, the emotional confidence you need to be able to get yourself to understand that particular subject, you don't have it. So it is important that the first thing you do to yourself is something I call the TLC. If you want to learn any topic, go through the TLC. It is tender, love, and care. Encourage yourself. Make sure that, mentally speaking, you approach that particular subject you are going to learn with tender love and care. That you encourage yourself that this topic I'm going to learn, I can learn it. That's the first level, or the base level of the success pyramid. The second level is what we call the self-management, right? Self-management. The whole idea of self-management is that before you start to read or you start to learn, you manage your time well, you manage the topic that you are going to be treating, you put yourself in a position where everything is organized, And the part of the brain that does this is what we call the prefrontal cortex. This is the part of the brain that is responsible for logical reasoning. So once you are able to put whatever subject and topic you are going to study in order and well organized, you manage the information that you are going to receive very well. And then you can go to the next stage of our success pyramid called learning. And this part, the part of the brain that handles this, is what we call the hippocampus. It is also a very tiny piece part of your brain that is found at the base of your brain. And this part of the brain is responsible for forming the memory and connecting the information you have learned. One of the best ways that psychologists and scientists have found the brain learns is something we call cognitive association. If you are learning, the hippocampus is responsible for connecting the information that you are learning. And cognitive association works by connecting something old you already know to the new information that you are gathering. Then it creates memory. So this is the learning success pyramid. Starting with confidence, the assurance that that particular topic or subject you are going to embark on, whether it is business, whether it is marriage, any subject at all you want to study, the confidence that this particular thing I am going to learn, I am able to learn. Have that confidence, because if you don't have the confidence that the topic or the subject you are going to, or the book you are going to read, you are able to read it, then nothing would matter. Then self-management. The second stage is self-management. Organize your mind, organize the particular subject you are going to learn in a way that makes sense to you. Then the last stage is learning. So based on this, you know that learning is not the first thing you do. That is why a lot of people find themselves trying to learn a particular subject, and then over a period of time they get tired because they've not built the confidence, they've also not managed themselves nor organized the information you are going to receive. The next method I'm going to share with you when it comes to interacting with information, after you have gone through the success pyramid and then you are learning, this method is to explain to you how you can learn any subject and any topic. It's called the SQ3R method. This method is used to learn anything you want to learn, any subject, any topic. Remember, this video is about how to teach yourself anything. You are going to use this method to approach any topic. After you have the confidence that the particular topic you are going to learn, you have the confidence to learn that, then you manage yourself. In learning, it is important that you use this method. The stage of surveying is the stage where you give a general overview of the particular subject you are going to study. So I have on my table the Holy Bible. So we are going to use the Holy Bible as one way or a particular subject that we want to study. So I have a very beautiful and a big Bible here. The Power of Positive Prayer Bible by Dr. Matthew Ashimolowo. It was a gift, so I'm grateful for this beautiful Bible. So say, for instance, you want to use the SQ3R method to study or to learn the Bible. How would that look like? We are using the Bible as our case study for this. And the good news is that you can use this SQ3R method for any book or any subject, whether it is science, whether it is engineering, whether it is medicine, any subject at all you want to study. This SQ3R method is one that will help you. Right, so survey. The first thing in this method is survey. How do you survey it? This is where you look at the general overview of the particular book that you are going to study. You look at the title, you look at the table of contents, you look at the author, and you look at every single, how the book is structured, if there are pictures, if there are certain information, how the person has really structured this book to look like. So for my Bible that is written by Dr. Matthew Ashimolowo, he is the senior pastor of the Kingsway International Christian Center in London of England. So you come here, you realize that he has the table of contents, he has the books and others, the Old Testament, the New Testament. He has certain topics and certain prayer points there. Then you can also go deep into the book. You realize that the Bible is divided into books, the chapters, and verses. So what I am doing is that I am surveying the book that I am going to read. I'm not going deep into it. The mistake a lot of people do is that once they get the book, the first thing they do is maybe they skip the preview, the preface, the about the author, the introduction, and then they go first chapter 1 of the book. And then once they are reading, they realize that they are not getting as much as they need from that book. So you survey the book that you are going to be reading. Then you go to question. Now, the phase of the question, the whole idea of question is that you go into the book with certain specific questions you are hoping to find answers for. So if you pick the Bible and the question you want to ask, maybe you want to know who the authors of the Bible are. Once you are reading the Bible, then you go straight to that particular question you have. You ask yourself questions. What exactly am I looking out of reading the Bible? Because if you don't have any intention or any question into going into whatever book you are going to read, how then do you know if you have found the answers? So it is important that you have questions you want answered before you interact with that particular information you are looking for. And then you go into read. Now, that is the detail. That is where you find the meat of whatever you are looking for. So once you are in the stage of reading, the first hour, once you are there, you already know what you are looking for. And if you do find extra, you know. In another time, on another video, I'm going to do a video on how to read less but retain more of the information, because there is a scientific approach to reading. Then the next R is recite. At this stage, whatever information you have gotten from the book or the material or the topic you are studying, you have to teach yourself that thing. You have to explain it to you in your own words, not in the words of the author or in the words of the person that wrote the book or is teaching you that particular topic. But recite to yourself. Ask yourself certain questions that you would better understand whatever you just studied. Then the last part is review. In asking yourself the questions, write the answers that you are giving yourself down. And then now compare it to whatever the author gave you and see if it makes sense if they tally. In each of these stages, I have a very special program coming up on the 21st of April 2025. If you are anywhere within Accra, I call it the science of self-learning. The science of self-learning, because we are encouraged to learn, but very few of us know how to learn altogether. So I am putting together this special program. It is one program that I wish everybody who is in Accra will attend. But if you are not in Accra, that's no problem. I'll be streaming live on this YouTube channel right here at 10 a.m. So please do well to join. We'll be having people from my community called Evolve. They will be present there. It's going to be an amazing time where we are going to look at how to teach ourselves anything. And then this method, I'm going to go deeper into each of these methods, because each of this method, there are strategies and there are ways to approach each of this method that I shared with you. If you are interested, I have a link in the description below. Register and then join the community, because I'll be sharing certain resources to help you in your learning process. If you found value out of this video, don't forget to subscribe once again. My name is Mina Kekeli Seme, and I am glad that I could help you learn how to learn. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you the next time I post a video. Bye-bye.